simply the 5 things that are destroying this country. Your government is encouraging. The 5 things. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said to you. No, I didn't say that to you. I said to you the 5 things that are destroying the UK. Your government and my government are encouraging. Yet Islam prohibits those 5 things. So it's not rocket science.
Violence is part of your political strategy.
Violence? Oh, please. How do you work that out?
Yeah. You're a sedition and you're subversive.
Sorry? I'll repeat myself. Alcohol, drugs, sexual immorality, gambling and interest dealings are destroying this country.
The status quo must be subverted.
And what do? You indulge.
Must be destroyed.
You are destroying. You're destroying yourself. You're destroying yourself.
Do you believe capitalism?
You're destroying yourself.
Do you believe capitalism?
You're subversive.
Your government is encouraging you to destroy yourself. So you will be lapdogs to them.
Political ideology, complete change of government.
I just asked you. I just told you a simple fact.
Sharia law.
Sharia law will save this country.
You want to change political culture.
Sharia law will save this
revolutionary.
country.
You are a revolutionary.
Sharia law will save this country. Why can't I not have an opinion? Do I not have a right to an opinion?
You are a political revolutionary.
Do I have freedom of speech?
You are a political. Are you a political revolutionary?
Are you a conservative or a Labour supporter?
Are you a revolutionary?
Are you a conservative or a Labour supporter?
You want to change the
Every MP is a revolution. If you want to apply that logic, every MP is a revolution.
And change it completely.
No,
that's not within it.
That's not true.
That's
Law is
you are a political revolution. Admit
law is
it.
continuously changing.
So is every MP then.
You want to change it.
What's the purpose of being an MP?
No, within English
It
law.
used to be illegal. It used to be illegal for a man to marry a man. Now it's legal.
You're a political insurgent.
So there's a revolution for you. So these revolutions are destroying you.
So are most people.
So are most people.
Why hide?
Your revolution.
So you have a program here to subvert the status quo.
I have a program.
Subvert English law and impose Sharia law.
You have freedom to believe what you like.
You agree?
No, I said.
You want to save this country? You want to save this country?
I said Islam is the only thing that can save this country.
Do you want to save this country? Okay, you want to subvert the status quo.
No, I have no.
Even if you want, so is David Cameron, so is Nick Clegg, so is every other MP.
They don't want to subvert.
Of course they do. Of course they do. What's the purpose of being an MP? Why do MPs vote?
Because the Queen.
Why do MPs vote for new acts then?
The Queen is the head of the Church of England.
You think so?
She is.
Why does the Queen? Okay, Queen is head of Church of
You're
England.
questioning the status of the
No,
Queen.
stop coming off the subject. Say what you said.
What you're saying. You think this country is a Christian country?
The Queen.
You think this country is a Christian country? Do you think this country is a Christian country?
The constitutional reality of this country.
No, do you think it is?
This is what you are doing.
Do you think it is? Do you think it's a Christian country?
Answer his question.
Answer the question.
Listen to what I say.
Do you think
You keep escaping from the questions, man.
Constitution is head of the Church of England.
So this country is a
We have no
Christian country.
constitution. We have no constitution. We have no written constitution. No, we don't. Show me. There's no written constitution in this country. We're the only people. No, we are the.
No, listen. It is not codified in particular.
Yes.
It exists.
Yeah. No, but you're talking.
It's diffuse, but it exists. It's not codified. That's a separate matter. You don't. So you're saying there's no constitution?
No, I never said there's no
we thought
constitution.
to be overthrown.
Is this country a Christian country? Is this country a Christian country?
It's a Christian.
Is this country a Christian country? So the Christian head of state allows the children in her country to be taught atheism in schools. That doesn't sound like a very Christian country to me.
Overthrown.
I didn't say that.
Sharia law can be implemented. No, you've had
This isn't
very
overthrow.
clearly.
No, it's not.
You believe Sharia can save the country.
I said to you,
believe
and
it
I'll
ought to
repeat
be
myself.
saved.
I'll repeat it.
It
I'll
ought to
repeat
be
it.
saved.
Islam is
Therefore,
the
your
only
political-
thing that can save this
Islam
country.
is a political revolutionary ideology. Of course, we all know
political
that.
part.
Admit it. Why hide? But this is part of the tactics.
What
to hide
tactics?
from it.
Do you accept that alcohol, drugs, gambling, sexual immorality, and interest dealings are destroying this country? Do you accept that or not?
They can have an adverse effect.
Right.
You believe a political revolution
Adverse
is
effect.
necessary.
Adverse effect.
But you,
Adverse effect.
do you believe a political
Adverse
revolution is
effect.
necessary?
Adverse effect. Yes, you said. Adverse effect. Now, are your
In excess.
Right? Are your government encouraging you to stop these things, or encouraging you to indulge in these things?
Indulge.
Answer his
So
question.
your government is not protecting
Make
you.
it simple, man.
Islam can protect us.
Your government is not protecting
Islam-
me. Islam
Yes.
protects me from your
Yes,
government.
of course.
Yes, the right teacher.
Yeah.
Islam protects me. I
Yeah,
don't indulge in drugs and alcohol and
I
gambling.
feel safer that way.
Do you respect English law?
Of course, I have to.
Do you respect the Queen as the fount of English law and the Queen as the head
As a
of
what?
state?
Sorry, as a what?
As a what?
A fount.
The Queen is the fount, as the crown.
Oh, you think the Queen
crown-
makes the laws?
She's the fount of the law.
Sorry, I don't define what I mean.
The origin of the
The
law.
law through war.
Are you mad?
There has got to be the
Are you nuts? You think the Queen makes the
So you think
laws?
the Queen's got the crown?
No, the Queen. Yeah, she's the
the
crown.
Queen
But
has
the
power.
only crown
She
has to
has
make
power.
consent, and that's to approve the law. The only power the Queen has in lawmaking is to give all
A law
royal
cannot be
assent.
passed unless it's royal assent.
Yeah, no, but it can. It can be.
question
It can be.
authority.
It's a longer
It only becomes law
it's not.
if
No.
it's given royal
Yes,
assent.
no, yeah. No, it's not.
Does it
It's
not?
not entirely true. It's
Why
not
do you
entirely
like-
true. It's not entirely true. It's a much longer process if they don't get royal assent. It's not entirely true that without royal assent it can't become a law. Just means that they have to take it to the House of Lords and they have to go through a lot more procedures.
Name me when a law hasn't been given royal assent.
I can't name you. I can't name
You can't
an
name
exact
it.
law.
You don't have an argument. Okay, so
what
laws
you're saying is
the
royal assent.
the laws you are now living under
I'm talking about in theory.
have now
In theory.
in the
If
past
you to
been
look
given
up, you'd be saying
royal
in theory.
assent.
That's what?
So the point is, are you accepting this political status quo of this country? Do you want to overthrow it and replace another
No,
political fixture?
no, I don't need
Therefore,
to.
You don't want to save it, do you?
Yes.
No, well, if you want to save
don't
it,
make sense.
you are a
You're trying-
political
you're playing the devil's
revolutionary.
advocate. It's not making
Accept it.
sense.
We all know
You're
you
making
are.
sense.
You
He's
must
just
respect
he's
religion.
trying to
You're
make
not.
them
You
like
trust
you're
your
a
government to
revolutionary.
protect you? I don't.
It's your identity.
No,
Do you know
you
your
trust-
identity?
you trust the
Let
government
me
to
help you
protect
with
you.
your identity.
You trust the government to protect
You are
you.
not
I don't.
clear as to who you are
I
or
don't.
what you are.
What?
What is what?
Well, you're not sure of who you are or what you are.
Yes.
Why do you say
Tell him who he is. Tell him who he is and what he is. Go on.
You're a political revolution.
political revolution?
Are you not?
No.
You said you are. Already.
You never say that. I was
You're trying to
listening.
chip him
So
up
we
on
got this on
technicalities.
record.
You stick to
We
the
can go
substance
back
of
on
the
record.
argument. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You stick to the substance of the argument. You're trying to trip him up and saying something that's not. If you wanted to apply that, yes, you are. If you wanted to apply that logic, you could say that any other MP, any party,
MPs don't want to
Labour,
overthrow the
Conservatives.
status quo.
No,
Right,
yes,
if
they
you
do.
want communism to be the same, they want to
What's the
overthrow
purpose
the
of?
status quo.
What's the?
No,
I agree with you to an extent.
No.
No?
Within the party system, he may want to
Does
become
Ed
Prime
Miliband
Minister.
want to
But
implement
he
laws?
doesn't want to overthrow the...
He doesn't want to
he
change
doesn't
Cameron's
want to-
laws.
He doesn't want to attack and destroy the...
He doesn't want to change Cameron's laws.
You
So
do.
why is there debates in Parliament?
As a communist would do.
Why the debates in Parliament about the passing of laws if there wasn't a difference?
Why do you hide?
Why
No,
do-
Why don't you admit
No,
it?
we're asking you a question. We're asking you a
You
question.
masquerade as
Asking you a
religion.
question.
Defense
Just
of
answer.
religion. You're political revolution. Of
Yes,
course you
clearly,
are.
you clearly, he's just trying to attack you personally.
He is.
He's trying to attack you personally. We're talking about the substance of the
Well,
argument.
what is
You're
greater,
saying
Sharia law or English law?
he's trying to give you laws
Alice
to
law
make.
or English law? Which is greater?
In your opinion, in my
greater.
opinion,
Yes. So you like Sharia law to be in this country?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Do you
If
have
it's
an
going to
obligation-
save you.
Okay. So do you have an obligation or duty to try to bring back Sharia law in this country?
No.
You don't.
I have to abide by the law of the land.
Okay. Don't you respect Allah enough to fulfill His word?
Yeah, no, but in the Quran it also says if you are living in a
Yeah, we have to
Christian
follow
country, we have to
the
follow
land.
the law of the land.
So you put Allah's law second place. No,
No, that is Allah's law. That is
So
Allah's
you
law.
don't put Allah's law second. Therefore you follow Allah's law
Allah tells us to follow the British law.
in perpetuity forever.
Which is part of the Sharia, isn't it?
No.
Okay. What's part of Sharia? English law is part of Sharia.
Following the law of the land.
is
That's
part of the Sharia.
Yes.
Yes.
Wherever you are.
Yes.
Okay. So how can Islam
As
not
long-
be
as long as it-
realised?
but as long as it don't
How can
contradict your-
Islam. So how can Islam not be realised if you follow the law of the country? Therefore, you must always suffer injustice.
No,
Islam
as long as it don't contradict your,
Injustice in what sense?
as long
No,
as
it
it
does
doesn't.
contradict.
No.
Contradicts it
How?
fundamentally.
What's that mean?
How? Tell me how. Is there any obligations?
He's looking like he's gonna run away.
Is there any obligations in the English law that you're obligated to do that goes against the Sharia?
No way
You
out.
say you can't be. Maybe I'm not. If you can you be married in a mosque?
If I get married in a mosque,
Is that marriage under English law?
according to the British law, no, it's not recognised as
It's not
marriage.
British law. English.
But so
law.
is marriage in the church. So is marriage in the church. You have to get married in the registry.
Okay.
I think you have to get married in the
Registry office,
Okay, my mistake.
But in a masjid, if you get married in a mosque, yeah, the British law does not, or the English law does not recognise that as a valid marriage. But Sharia law, Islamic law, Allah does. Right. So I'm not out to please Cameron.
Also, see, as a Muslim, you must find it intolerable that the Queen, the head of state, is a Christian. You must find that and want to subvert that.
I would love to give her dawah and embrace Islam. I think Charles.
So would I.
You would like to embrace Islam?
Yes, I would.
That's a revolutionary act.
No, it's not.
Well, I support it. If it is, I support
Is
it.
he actively going out of his way to do it?
I've already said I would like Sharia law.
You've said
That's his
very
opinion.
eloquently
It's his
what you
opinion.
I've already said I would like
Wait,
Sharia.
hold on.
You've said
Would you like us to go out of our way?
What you say you are, and what you are different. differences. And that's now apparent to
I would
everybody.
love
And
the leader of the
You
EU,
want
Tommy
us to say
Robinson.
we go out of our way
And teach him about
to
Islam.
make it. You know what I mean?
No, the point is very simple. The point
But
is
I
very
understand
simple.
you need to use subterfuge.
I don't want to force
You
the
need
Queen to become a
use
Muslim.
deceit.
I would like
I wanna
to
force
force
the
the
Queen
Queen
to
to
become a
Islam.
Muslim.
I would say.
لا إكراه في الدين.
Only
There's
one
no
of us can
compulsion
say
in the
You need to
religion.
masquerade as being purely religious person when in fact you're political revolutions. I understand that. It's tactics. But your strategy is to overthrow the status quo in this country, destroy the political culture, and install Sharia law under Allah.
Even if that was the case, why not? If that's the case,
The most I will do, I will look at victims of this British government, and indulging in things that they've been encouraged to indulge in when they become addicts in drugs and alcohol and gambling and sexual immorality, and I'd like to show them a better way of life.
What should happen to the enemies of Islam?
Sorry?
What ought to happen to the enemies of Islam?
What's the definition of enemy?
You don't know what an enemy is?
No,
Well, you're opposed to Islam. What am I to you?
From my understanding, the enemy is somebody who directly goes out of the way to oppose you.
What about a soldier?
A soldier.
Who's part of an army?
You're gonna try to trap me into saying what the will is. The people don't know.
I know. Let him trap me, because I'm down.
As a
Let him
Muslim,
trap me.
Who was fought in Afghanistan and Iraq is an enemy of Islam.
No.
Therefore, in your eyes,
He's an enemy of me.
legitimate
Then he's an enemy of me.
Therefore, he was a good Muslim.
is Britain at war with
One
Islam?
person can say it.
Is Britain at war with Islam?
Have they openly said they're at war with
Is
Islam?
Britain at war with Islam?
Are they?
He's trying to make us.
No. Answer the question.
Do you
Answer the
believe
question.
Britain is at war with
This is
Islam?
what you say.
No, you do. You just said it.
I believe so.
You just said it.
No, I said
You just said
I
it.
prefix with the word believe. Do you believe the American army and American and British governments are opponents of Islam?
Yes.
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 Therefore,
It's
the
really
armies-
clear.
Therefore, the armies which are part of the state
No.
and under political control also must
Obviously
be part
they
of
are.
the opposition.
That's in the same
Therefore,
thing.
the armies and the soldiers which are constituted
What would happen to
are
them?
enemies.
I mean, in a
Therefore-
sense, it's true.
therefore,
In a sense,
in
it is
the
true,
Quran-
but
Not in a sense, it is true.
Go away.
My friend,
You're trying to trap
my
him.
friend,
You're trying to trap him.
my
Yes,
friend,
it's true.
my friend, my friend, my friend,
It's true.
my friend, my
So
friend.
if you got two
My friend.
opposing armies, are they not enemies on the battlefield? Are they not? Are they
you
not
agree
enemies?
with-
Are they trying to kill each other?
you
Are they trying to
agree
kill each
with
other?
me?
Are they trying to kill each other? No, I'm not agreeing. I never agreed with you. I said to an extent. There's a difference between.
Let me explain.
Was a
Let me
legitimate
explain a
target.
covenant
No,
of
I never.
security
See
to
what I'm saying? He
you.
tried it. I openly said it. He just said that. I said.
But let me explain it to you, because I recognise it.
Target.
Has no legitimacy.
In Islam,
Doesn't matter.
In
What
Islam,
covenant? You have no
in
power to impose a
Islam-
covenant. You have no power to impose a covenant.
in Islam,
Understand.
we
Understand.
in Islam,
It's
You
important.
have no power to impose. A covenant is a two-part.
My friend, can you let him speak? Can you let him speak? Excuse me, can you let him speak? No, can you let him speak?
You don't have a covenant.
in
Can you
Islam,
let him speak?
in Islam,
Yes.
we must
I know.
covenant of security of Britain. So no British Muslim can go to Afghanistan and fight a British soldier. Forget fighting them here.
Your security is assured by English law, not by any covenant.
We have a covenant of security with Britain.
English law ensures your safety.
Yes, and that is why we have.
Why you keep changing this law?
What you're saying?
Why you keep changing
So
it?
we have a covenant of security.
Courts don't talk.
Right.
They refer to Islamic covenants and Islamic history.
No, but we do.
They're not
Because it matters to
of
us.
English law.
It matters to us. you see.
It actually does. Actually, if you read the passport, have you read the first page of your passport? Have you read the first page of your passport?
You haven't.
You haven't.
Do
Do you know what it says on the
about
first
this?
page of your passport? No, it's not a religious argument. You just said that the courts don't say that they got whatever you just said.
Covenants have no document.
No. That's a British citizen.
Muslims,
That's a British citizen. Yeah.
As a British citizen, we have a covenant of security.
You don't.
Yes, it is.
You don't have a covenant.
As a British citizen, in return for the government not hurting me, I don't hurt the
A
government.
covenant needs two parties. Who's the other party to the covenant? They've entered into a covenant with you.
Yes.
Read the passport. Read your passport. If you read the first page of your passport, it says it
So
all.
a covenant with Islam, but
Britain has entered into a covenant
not to harm
with its
each other.
citizens. With its citizens. Have you ever seen a citizen test? Have you ever seen a
This is
citizen?
psychiatric
Have you ever seen a citizen test.
You're psychic.
Okay, when a foreigner, becomes a citizen of this country,
So the Queen is a
they
head
take
of
an
state
oath.
is entered into a covenant with Islam.
Listen,
Is this your private madness?
No, not with the whole of Islam. Listen to what he said. He said a British citizen.
When
This
is
is
what?
covenant.
Listen to me.
A covenant is two parties.
You're
Yes,
so
Where's
busy
the
trying
other
to catch
party?
him.
Okay,
You're not
let me
listening.
explain it to him.
He catches
If
himself.
you shut up,
He doesn't need me.
shut up then,
Where's
and I'll
the-
tell you.
Where's the second party of the covenant?
Shut up, I'll tell you.
now you're
Please.
getting the question.
Yeah, but you're annoying me. Right. When a non-English person gets residency or citizenship in the UK, they go to the town hall and they bear an oath and make a covenant with this country. Yeah? That's what you call a covenant. Now, British citizens are automatically, when they're born, have that covenant.
That's it. That's the only point he's trying to make. When you're so busy trying to catch him out, you're not understanding what he's saying.
Covenant Islam has with
Listen to what he said.
Britain has a covenant with me.
as you're a British citizen,
British,
which means you're a subject
British
of a
society,
Christian
the
queen.
British government say
You
this.
acknowledge that you're a subject of a Christian queen. Islam has no covenant with.
Does the Queen stop me praying 5 times a day? Does she force alcohol?
That's the point I was trying to make.
Sri law
Does
gives you
any...
freedom. Sri law does not give.
Does she force me to sleep with men? No.
You're going off at Christian.
No, the whole point is this: the Queen has no effect on my life.
She does.
None.
How?
What way?
How she does?
In what way could the Queen affect my life?
You don't think the head of state has an influence on the life of the citizens?
In my life?
You don't think the head of state actually is a figure which coheres the whole political
Not anymore.
of the state?
Not anymore.
It does.
Not anymore.
You're in a position to lead every other British person.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? The monarchy's ended now. The monarchy's over. The monarchy has no power. They're a joke. They're celebrities. They got nothing.
The monarchy is over.
Take a picture of her in a bum.
So
They're nothing.
There's no such thing as a monarchy.
No, they have no
power.
power. They have no
They've got no
power.
power.
There's two things between power and does it exist to the
No, well, you know what he's trying to
Yes,
say. You know
it
the purpose.
is.
You knew the purpose of what he's
Yes,
trying to say.
it
You know exactly what
is.
he's trying to say. He said that they had no. He said
it's not very
The Queen is not.
You're trying to.
He's not saying
I'll make
very
it simple
well.
for you. Shall I make it simple for you? If this government implemented laws that everyone has to drink alcohol and no one can pray on a Friday in the mosque, yeah, and everyone has to have bacon for their breakfast, yeah, then I'll leave this country. Simple.
Your
Until
ambition,
then, I won't.
okay, your ambition is so you want to help people who are not Muslims.
Yes.
You want
10,000
draw them towards Islam.
from this country embrace Islam.
This is fantasy.
Where is your Christianity? Talk
Can
about
I ask you a question? Are you saying that the two lads from Woolwich, they represent Islam?
And you're right.
Do they represent?
No, I know my
Okay,
answer to that.
Does Breivik represent Christianity?
Yes.
You know the guy who killed all the Norwegian
answer.
children in the island? Yeah, does he represent?
Why you haven't
He
said
claimed
that?
to represent Christianity. Does he represent Christianity?
Yeah.
Did Hitler represent Christianity? Yes. He justified what he done by using
The Ku
Christianity.
Klux Klan represent Christianity.
Yes. Those two guys would have said Al Akbar when they killed.
So-
now, do any of these people say Jesus Akbar?
Did the Roman-
No.
did the
It's a
Roman-
question of Allah.
Did
It's a
the Roman
fulfillment
Catholic
of
priests
religious order.
represent Christianity when they rape children?
Islam uses homicide.
No, it doesn't.
As
This is
no,
rhetoric.
no, the
This is
people
rhetoric
is
nonsense.
society.
Rhetoric
Don't say
nonsense.
Islam.
Rhetoric nonsense.
No, it's in the Quran.
It's rhetoric nonsense.
he's trying to-
Killing is a virtue.
No, it's not.
If it's for the right purposes.
You're just trying to
For
argue ad
political
hominem.
purposes.
When a British soldier
Therefore,
kills
so-
his enemy, is that virtuous?
Yes.
Are they
He's
not
trying to
called
direct, trying to make
heroes?
like snidey remarks.
Are British soldiers called heroes for going to another country and killing other people?
Kids.
And they're called heroes.
Do they say Jesus Akbar?
Are they called heroes?
Yes.
Would they say Jesus Akbar?
Doesn't matter what they say, you know. They keep it going.
Say Allah Akbar.
Do you know what Allahu Akbar means?
In the name of God.
No, it doesn't.
Do they
Do
say
you
Jesus
know?
Akbar?
Do you know?
Doesn't mean that. It means
Listen
God
to
is
me.
great.
Do you know before those patrols go out in Afghanistan?
Why mention it?
Do you know that because they have services?
At the point of homicide, you say God is great. So this is an offering of death.
Listen.
This is
you
the
ain't
God of
listen.
justice. This is the God of justice. You're offering death to a God. This is human sacrifice. This is what the Aztecs did.